There we go.
Here we go. We just did a little greeting to.
Yeah, today's Pat Kelleher's 40th anniversary for his life performances. Yes.
Yes, Pat is a great man.
Pat over in Ireland.
Yes.
And
is he near Cork?
I think he is. Yes. I think he saw us when we played that cafe in Cork. I think that's when he saw us first. I think he was there.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Remember when we stayed in a place called Abraham's Hotel, right by the harbour. Man, I miss Ireland, really do.
Then I got a message from Peter Nahusen. Yeah, Peter's they're doing well, I think, and he's building banjos, so that's all fun. And I'm going to do my banjo podcast, I think, for Deering on the 17th of this month. Master classes. Starting to give master classes.
But is that a? You sure it's not a stink bug?
I was hearing this buzz. I was wondering what that was. Overuse.
Well, as long as the buzz is just in your head, on your banjo and not in your head, everything is all right, you know. Did your action come down a little bit? You need to adjust the truss rod, maybe?
How did that sound?
they just did this. It was so nice. Dan from the NAM archives in Carlsbad. They did an interview with me this week.
How did that go?
Oh, that was wonderful. It was like 75 minutes of me staggering along there. But he asked me about Tut because he had done an interview with Tut as well, and so I just remembered this. Remember when Tut one day just took us in the car and drove us to Nashville, and we go into the studio and there's Vassar Clemens with his fiddle in his hand, just waiting already. It was crazy. Now, we recorded about an hour's worth of music, and I never heard a note of it. I have no idea where that went and whatever happened to it.
We also recorded.
Did Andy Owens have this? Maybe wasn't Andy Owens the engineer for this?
I think it was part of Randy Scruggs' studio at the time, and so we sat around, and because Tut was a friend of Earl and Randy and everybody. And so, of course, he called up Vassar. How much fun we had! It was crazy. We had so much fun with Vassar. Played so out of this world. It
was wonderful. And that was one of his tunes, right?
Yeah,
Kissimmee Kid, right?
Kid,
I think he played an A minor, right? Instead of the A major that they recorded on the Old and the Way. So
I don't know. We recorded it with Michael Cleveland.
Yes.
For the Carolina Scrapbook.
And Michael, I really miss Mike. I hope that we get to play with him one day again.
There's a clip of us playing Sally Gooden with Michael Cleveland, and it was Adam Steffi playing mandolin and Bobby Hicks playing the fiddle, and we played at Joe Val Bluegrass Festival.
No! There's a clip of this.
There's actually 2 clips of Sally Gooden. It was too long for one clip. It was just unbelievable. I heard that the other day. Somebody sent it to me. And I forgot about it, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Somebody recorded with a phone right in front of the stage.
Oh yeah,
it really is. It's quite a while ago. I think that was 2010 or 11, something like that.
That seems like ancient history.
It really is. What do you think, Melissa? About.
Yeah, let's see how our new sound today works out.
Yes, we'll see. We'll have a new sound. I have to find to my senses.
Coming to you from beautiful Wilkes County in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina, we invite you to the musical world of the Kruger brothers. Sit back, relax, and welcome to the show with your hosts, the Kruger brothers.
Here we go. Saturday night, here we are again.
Hello.
Hey.
Good to be back. Absolutely. And we have yesterday already we tried our new sound, and I think it's working quite well, and I still have to talk closer to the microphone, but I think now we're getting there. It's starting to be good. Melissa is back on track, and she's here helping us with the camera. Last week We had Anya helping us. She did a great job, and it was really great that she was able to come in.
Oh, it was wonderful. Yes,
yeah, we have prepared another show tonight with a few surprises, I think.
Absolutely. I know there will be few surprises, especially for me.
So, when we talk, we don't want any reverberation on it because it needs to sound really kind of dry. But when we do our shows, when Peabody did our sound, he would push the button. Push the button.
Push the button, Max.
Max, push the button to get a little bit more of a studio reverb sound. And that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm not starting a playback, obviously.
No, this will be very obvious in a second. Yes.
So we're going to start off with three pieces that belong together. It's Roll Away.
Which has an intro.
Which has an intro, yes.
I forgot the name of, so... And then after Roll Away, we're going to do High in the Sky, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful.
So here we go. I'm going to start this out. Ready?
The dunes as the sun comes up, thinking about the way things used to be. There's a lighthouse on the rocky peaks where the waves would break and spray. I watch the tide as it comes rolling in, then I watch it roll away again. No difference if I go. No one here would miss me anyway. No one here would ever know. Oh man!
Wow! I did the first, and you did the first B flat. That was interesting. Was an interesting choice of notes because when you play a B flat once, and I played an A over his.
That was the first surprise right there.
That was the first surprise right there. Oh, thank you for watching the cook show. I mean, we had so much fun, Uwe and me, doing cook show number 1, and we have another cook show coming out tomorrow at 1:00. And Uwe brought the recipe this time.
Yep, it's going to be a rice dish, easy peasy, easy peasy. We had some questions about this beautiful picture up here. That was our good friend
Skip Fetter.
And of course, we have done this song a few times before, but I'm going to say it a little lower today and see.
Yes, and we're going to send this out to Charlotte.
Yes,
Charlotte Fetter. Skip was a good friend to a lot of people. He was a great artist. He was very humble. He was just a wonderful man, and we were just very fortunate that we had him in our life. And he's our prince of some of his amazing paintings. And but he painted a lot of things. He was a commercial painter, not commercial painter, but he was
illustrator too.
Illustrator, he was. How can you say that? He had commissions, to write, to paint clocks. He did special clocks that you can find today everywhere, still in use, that he drew up. So he's one of the most known unknown painters. Wait a second. What is it?
What is it?
The song.
The song is Catfish John.
Catfish John.
Yeah.
So I'm in the right key.
Well, we said we're going to do it in D today, yeah?
Okay, all right.
Okay, you all out there, are you in D? All right.
1, 2, 3.
Catfish John was a river hobo. He lived and died where the river bends. Looking back, I still remember I was proud to be his friend. Mama said, don't go near that river. Don't be hanging around old Catfish John. Come the morning, I'd always be there, walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn. Born a slave in the town of Vicksburg, traded for a chestnut mare. Oh, he never spoke in anger, though his load was hard to bear. Mama said, don't go near that river. Don't be hanging around old Catfish John. Come the morning, I'd always be there, walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn. Let me dream of another morning and a time so long ago when the sweet magnolias blossomed, cotton fields were white as snow. Mama said, don't go near that river. Don't be hanging round old Catfish John. Come the morning, I'd always be there, walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn. Walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn. Mama said, don't go near that river. Don't be hanging round old Catfish John. Come the morning, I'd always be there, walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn. Walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn.
That was interesting. Different key.
I just hope that everybody that I know had a Catfish John in their life sometimes. And I think most of us did have one, or at least one or two. People that we used to hang out with that we didn't have, we're not supposed to be with, you know. People that knew things about life that we were not supposed to know, maybe, you know. It was a good time. Achim was one of those people for us. Robert was one for us, you know. I mean, Robert, of course, he was not really a river hobo, but his garage was just magical sometimes in the morning, especially after we played a whole night there, you know.
Well, some of you out there, you know, you've been to the first Carolina Fall Festivals. We held at the Shepherd's Farm, and that was magical. You know, it was different setting than the Carolina Fall we had in town, which was great. But out on that farm, there was a different feel. One year, it rained so hard, and we moved the entire festival up to Robert's garage, and there was a breezeway. What a night that was. I mean, some of you remember that, I guess. What are we going to play?
We said we're going to do a version of 500 Miles in D minor for change.
Okay. Okay, so.
Train I'm on, you will find that I am gone. I'm 500 miles away from home. Away from home, away from home, away from home, away from home. Lord, I'm 500 miles away from home. When I walk along these tracks, I got teardrops in my eyes. I'm trying to read a letter from my home. From my home, from my home. From my home, from my home, just trying to read a letter from my home. I got no shirt on my back, no penny to my name. Can't go back home this away. This away, this away, this away, this away. Can't go back home this away. Lord, I'm 4. Lord, I'm 500 miles away from home. Away from home, away from home, away from home, away from home. Lord, I'm 500 miles away from home. So if you miss the train I'm on, you will find that I am gone. Lord, I'm 500 miles away from home. Away from home, away from home, away from home, away from home. 500 miles away from home. Lord, I'm 500 miles away from home. Lord, I'm 500 miles away from home.
That's a different key too. You know, we tried to challenge ourselves in playing in keys. I mean, we played these keys, but we never played these tunes in these keys.
Or I never sang in them either.
Yes.
And sometimes it's really nice when you change things up a little bit.
Uwe, why don't you tell us about the recipe we're going to do tomorrow?
Oh, it's very simple. No, you got to watch the show tomorrow. You got to watch the show tomorrow. No, it's we're both not chefs. Neither Jens or I. We are.
No, of course not.
And what we do is we do simple recipes and affordable recipes too. And this is just one of those chicken recipes that has unlimited possibilities for variation in it. And it's a one pot recipe. You know, we just use one nice big pot. You can do everything in there, and it's one of my favorite foods.
Now this next song, you wrote about Zurich. I remember you saying that.
Well, there used to be a bench right there next to the Limmat, on the other side of the Limmat, not on the Niederdorf side, on the other side, right by the Heimatwerk.
Oh, okay.
And there was beautiful linden trees up there, and I don't know how many times I sat in the evening on those benches. You know, there was
the Lindenhof.
No, below the Lindenhof, right on the river where the rowing club is, and that used to be one of my favorite spots because you can see at that time of 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night there was nobody there. And you can see all the rustle and bustle of Limmat Quay and on the old town. You can see people walking along there. And when it got really like after 12:30, when the restaurants were closed and the bars, you would see couples walking home, and that was the picture I had in mind. It was really nice in Zurich. Zurich is like in a valley, and at night, this warm breeze comes from the lake. And so I wrote this thing called Warm Evening Breeze. A warm evening breeze gently rolls from the hills. The city lies sleeping, everything is still. Down by the lake, in the distance I see a boy and his girl, hand in hand by the quay. For them the whole world is a ballroom tonight. They're dancing along 'neath the harvest moonlight. They dance to a tune only lovers can hear, and it makes all their worries and fears disappear. I remember when I was that boy long ago, you were that girl, and how I loved you so. The night was so dark, all the stars in the skies sparkled like diamonds when I looked in your eyes. For us, the whole world was a ballroom that night. We were dancing along 'neath the harvest moonlight. We danced to a tune only lovers could hear, and it made all our worries and fears disappear. We were so much in love until that final day. I held your hands, you just slipped away. I feel lonesome now and then, but it soothes me to see that boy and his girl hand in hand by the key. For them the whole world is a ballroom tonight. They're dancing along 'neath the harvest moonlight. They dance to a tune only lovers can hear, and it makes all their worries and fears disappear. For them the whole world is a ballroom tonight. They're dancing along 'neath the harvest moonlight. They dance to a tune only lovers can hear, and it makes all their worries and fears disappear. And it makes all my worries and tears disappear. Warm evening breeze.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song.
Yeah. Now we have a really nice one too.
Well, we're good in time, are we?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we have plenty of time.
We've got a few
actually.
more minutes. Yeah.
What is coming up? Oh, wow.
One of your tongue twisters. Jens writes these little tunes once in a while, and they're just completely. If I watch them, and it's impossible for me to figure them out because they're so all over the place, and I won't say that they're easy to play on a banjo either, but they're just. The melodies you can follow, but when you try to play these things, they are just absolutely finger breakers. Like this one here, Night Skies.
Yeah, I just moved into the house up here. Mm-hmm. We built the house, and I was sitting out in the back, and it was the first tune I wrote in America.
I gotta have a sip of coffee for this.
Not out in America. The first tune I wrote in my new house. Always have to think of Josh Day when we played it because it has this, and he was like, I hope Josh is good. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
hit a bum chord in that. Yeah. Sometimes when you're too sure about that you know this tune or something, then things go wrong.
It wasn't that. But I had one little. In the end of my triplet thing, I had one little. We don't have to go through all the mistakes every time.
No. But I was looking at the list, and the title of the next song is Dark Holler.
In what key did we do that?
I think we did just in G, just like we always did, and it's just an amazing thing with this song. Every time I just even read the title somewhere, I just see us, with Danny on bass and Tony on mandolin, playing somewhere in the Niederdorf, and singing this song, because I think Trevor, not Trevor, Horton used to sing this, and I think I learned it from Horton Green, right?
Yes, Horton Green. Yeah. Horton Green was from Atlanta, Georgia, and he lives in England, as far as we know, because he came to see us a few times when we played in Huddersfield.
Huddersfield, yes.
In Huddersfield. And in the Eagle Music Shop for the Deering Banjo Day out there. It was fantastic every year. It's a great event. And Horton Green studied opera singing in the opera in
Munich.
the conservatory in Munich. And we were playing on the streets in 1979, and we just played. And all of a sudden we have this bass behind us. Boom, boom. Horton saw us play, and he played in the bluegrass band when he was still living in Georgia.
Alpharetta, Georgia.
Yeah, Alpharetta, Georgia. And he ran into the conservatory to get a bass fiddle. Now, it was really cold. It was below freezing. And I don't think he should have brought out that bass, because that was
like a 300-year
master bass from the conservatory. But he brought it out. And he snuck it out, and he snuck it back in, and he came to play bass with us on the streets, and he sang Dark Holler.
Yeah, and he sang it with him. I'd rather. You read the opera singing. Okay,
you want to put.
And I think I actually do have a recording that we did from back then somewhere, but I will never ever share this with anybody.
All right.
Some dark holler where the sun don't ever shine, than to be here alone, knowing that you're gone might cause me to lose my mind. So blow your whistle, freight train, carry me far on down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. I'm going, but I ain't coming back. Where the sun don't ever shine, than to be in this big city, in an empty room with you on my mind. So blow your whistle, freight train, carry me far on down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. I'm going, but I ain't coming back. Train, carry me far on
track.
I'm going away. I'm leaving today. I'm going, but I ain't coming back. I'm going away. I'm leaving today. I'm going, but I ain't coming back. Oh yeah.
So blow your whistle, freight train, carry me far down the track.
You know, the thing with Horton was he would sing so loud right in front out, and then from the side you couldn't hardly hear him. There was a technique of singing that he could just it's like playing like with a, how do you call that?
A megaphone.
A megaphone. It was like exactly like a megaphone. And sometimes he would, while singing, turn towards me, and it was like your hair would blow back.
Later on, when we you remember when he bought that big VW bus? I mean, that not the big one, the old one up in Amsterdam.
We bought. I have to tell you this.
No, he bought that thing, right?
Yeah. We had this. No, it's ridiculous. But a street music friend of ours, he actually bought this VW bus and he used it and he bred dogs. And remember, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Horton bought it from him, and then the brakes went bad.
Yeah.
And he was in the Rosenhof in Zurich one evening, and he bought new brake pads, and he tried to install them into this VW bus. Mm-hmm. And the problem was they were too big. They were the wrong ones.
Yeah, you got the wrong shoes, brake shoes.
So Horton was a big guy. So it was half dark down there, and he tried to put them in. So he tried to bang them in because they were too big.
If they don't fit, force it. Yeah.
Yes. So he took one of these concrete stands for an umbrella.
Yeah,
you know,
from the garden restaurant, right?
Yeah, big concrete thing. And he smashes it. Horton, don't do that. And he says, I'm just going to drive them down once I got them in. Yeah. So he put them all in. He put the wheels back on. He banged them in there. And then you remember he set into the VW.
Started the thing up.
And
let go of the clutch.
Let go of the clutch. And the entire
car
just took a jump backwards. Yes. All of a sudden, woo, into a concrete block. Yeah. And we were all standing there and watching this scenario. Mm-hmm. And he was in a frenzy. And he got out of the car and he kicked the car for about 20 minutes.
Yeah. And then we had a crowd big enough that somebody went around with a hat.
Yes. We started playing.
It was amazing.
Oh,
it was
God.
absolutely
It was in the
amazing.
middle of the night. Yeah. And people were yelling out the windows. There's people who have to work. You know? Oh, gosh. Yeah. Nobody's fault but mine.
But did we have it in G? Are you sure?
Well, I don't
know. Nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. If I die and my soul be lost, ain't nobody's fault but mine. My mama, she taught me how to read. My mama, she taught me how to pray. If I don't pray and my soul be lost, it ain't nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. If I die and my soul be lost, it ain't nobody's fault but mine. I got a song that I can sing. I got a song that I can sing. If I fail to sing it and my soul be lost, it ain't nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. If I die and my soul be lost, it ain't nobody's fault but mine. got a Bible I can read. I got a Bible I can read. If I fail to read it and my soul be lost, nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. If I don't die and my soul be lost, it ain't nobody's fault but mine. If I should die and my soul be lost, nobody's fault but mine. Now,
I think it was the wrong key.
Yes, it was the wrong key, like I suspected. Jens, we almost out of time. Let's just play a very quick version of this last tune.
Okay.
And hope that we stick in there. Thank you, folks, for sticking with us again for this weekend. Don't forget the show tomorrow, the cooking show.
At 1 o'clock tomorrow, the cooking show again. We're in my kitchen, and Uwe has great recipe with chicken and rice and all kind of good things. So thank you for your support. Thank you for still tuning in with us and
keeping us afloat in our tip jar.
Yes,
it's very important.
Thank you. We love you. Right, here we go with the little Beaumont Rag, right?
Yeah.
Broadcasting from Double Time Recording Studio in Wilkes County, North Carolina, thank you for watching and all your continued support. Please make sure and comment on how much you enjoyed the show and share it with your friends. Join us next time for another edition of The Musical World of the Kruger Brothers.